Good late afternoon, good evening, to one and all, to the semifinals for our Varsity Rocket League here at the K12 Esports League. I'm Dustin Owens, your co-host, along with Ryan Menegdeg, the commissioner of the K12 Esports League, and we are super excited for what's going to be probably a very intense matchup between two top teams in our league out of the four remaining.
Oh, absolutely. Super excited indeed. Cannot wait to see how this series does play out. Surprise as well. Gavin and Cam should be back next week for the championship match. But you are stuck with Dustin and myself for this semifinal matchup for our Varsity Rocket League for this winter 2026 season. As I said, cannot wait. We got OHVA Cardinals going up against the INGDA Dragons, which is gonna be an absolute banger. It's gonna be intense. I'm hoping to see a seven-game series. Very selfishly, of course, right? The more that we get to watch and see and cast over, the more exciting it is for myself and for Dustin too, and all of the watchers. But for our players, they want to end this one in a quick 4-0 series. We'll have to see how that does end up playing out. On the other side of the bracket, though, that we will not be capturing today is, I believe, and actually, before I speak out of term, I'm just going to pull it up. We do have the Kava Bears going up against the Vava Bees, the cursed team. That's also going to be a really, really tight matchup. I'm going to be anxiously awaiting to see who the greatest thing for our teams here, now that they have made it to the semifinals of our playoffs, regardless of winning or losing tonight, they will have a match next week, whether it's the championship match for first and second, or the third, fourth place match. But we are into the gameplay here, so let's focus on that.
Yeah, we got started very, very quick right out the gate with that goal coming out from OVA almost immediately, not even quite 10 seconds into this matchup. So you know it's going to be really good. Sith coming over with the ball control to the INGDA net is going to be met by Eminence Shadow over here on the INGDA corner. INGDA obviously being the blue team, OVA being the orange team this go around. Likely going to see that remain. Braden going to be able to take the ball, and Kane actually kind of taking the ball back in the process, keeping it on this overside at the moment with the pressure, but looks like Sith's going to get a little bit of a clear with Kane trying to come in and disrupt his progress.
And for those of you unaware, Kane is the bane of my existence here at the K12 Esports League. As far as name changes, that is who we know as Wookie Beast 123. So we do see the starting lineup for INGDA coming out. Just a little bit of a name change there. Gotta make sure we call it out for any of those wondering. But we are over a minute done in this game. As Dustin did mention, OHVA started this one off very, very hot. Good pressure here from INGDA though. Ball is on the OHVA side, and of course, as I say that, Sith goes to the sky. Shot opportunity, a little high left there. Xenobug with a good touch to try and clear here, but flying in the air will be Braden, and unfortunately unable to take control of the ball there. So it will be, for the moment, in INGDA's control here.
Yeah, and INGDA
Oh,
getting a really good touch there. Xenobug able to make a connection and get that goal to put INGDA on the board with still 3 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. Just as a refresher, INGDA was our fall champions, Ohio being our third place winners. So I know Ohio's definitely on a bit of a warpath to try to make this thing happen and move on to the and move on to the championship round next week. But they're going to have to get past this INGDA coordinated team that has shown us time and time again that anything is possible.
oh my goodness. Hunter with a really good touch just a few moments ago will keep this ball on the side of INGDA, but with a big demolition also coming out of Hunter, OHVA with a little bit of an opportunity here to at least get some control for themselves. It is tied 1-1. We're halfway through this game. Number one, really good shot there by Kane does come out. Will be saved though by Hunter. I feel like I've said Hunter's name whole lot over the last minute. And I'll say it one more time as they do put in the second goal here for OHVA. I mean, just a really great individually skilled minute there coming out of Hunter all around. That was actually amazing. Obviously, Rocket League a huge team game. You don't win in Rocket League unless you have that teamwork and that cohesion, right? But Hunter was just a really great minute, as I did
Oh,
mention. But coming out quick, Kane with another opportunity for a shot will be saved for the OHVA team by Sith. Great play by Sith. Also a great play by Kane. That was going to be really an amazing goal, but saved, as I did say. Control here for OHVA, Dustin.
yeah, and Braden and Sith, Hunter also getting in the mix to be able to keep it on this side, and Sith is going to be able to make the connection with that continuing pressure. Just so much back and forth here between either hitting the wall or one of the INGDA players getting it away from the goal, but Sith being able to capitalize on that opportunity. Everybody kind of scrambled over to one side, trying to be able to get back to that ball and just not quite able to get there. Ova currently taking possession early on with this kickoff, but is going to be met by Eminence here at the midfield. And Kane is going to be coming in to support that, keeping it on the Ova side. Braden currently with a little bit of a clear there, keeping control. And Xenobug with actually a really big knock there. But Sif, and oh my goodness, it was right there in the goal line. They weren't able to quite get it in. Xeno actually able to keep it out from getting all the way in. But Sith now still on the attack is going to be met by Kane with
my
a
goodness.
extreme save there. And just with
Ah,
Hunter's follow-up and again, some of that overpressure, they're going to be able to get that goal to make this a 4-1 game.
yeah, I mean, there's, I think, 4 shots there in those last like 40 seconds. Eventually, one of those is going to go, and the defense will break with too much offensive pressure. But as we're in this kickoff, I got to spend just one moment talking about Xenobug's save. That looked like it might have been easy, ladies and gentlemen, but that was a super hard save to pull off. It's so easy to accidentally knock that ball into your own goal with where it was positioned. So masterful play coming out of Xenobug to save the goal for at least that moment, right? But we will see a 4-1 lead here for OHVA as we are down to 45 seconds left in this game. INGDA going to need a miracle to come back in this one. It's not impossible, and it starts right there with Kane's goal, assisted by Xenobug, as Xenobug does bring this one all the way down. A really great pass to Kane, and Kane will put that right in the left corner, which no OHVA player had a chance to get to. Much more doable now here with 41 seconds on the clock, only 2 goals down. It's going to be very, very hard, but it's not impossible here, especially after off this kickoff, having control of the ball. Braden, though, will steal that one back, show off their in-game skills, get the flip reset. We'll get bumped out of the air, but looking really good are all 6 of these players here, and a great shot coming out of Eminence Shadow will be saved by Sith, and it's looking like OHVA just putting that final nail in the coffin here for this game number 1. Now down 3 goals, only 12 seconds left on the clock. That will pretty much do it for us here. With that being said, I want to speak really quickly on one thing that I have kind of noticed. Some days INGDA comes out just absolutely on fire. Other days it takes them a game or two in a series to like really warm up. So that is a good thing for INGDA. Getting that first game under the belt, even though it is a loss, they should be warmed up after this one, as Xenobug trying to take that last second shot really close to actually going in here. But finally we'll get dunked by the OHVA squad. So 1-0 in the series is OHVA. As a reminder, this is a best of 7, so first team to 4 victories. That is the first one there for OHVA here today, as they are on the road to the championship. Um, but standing in their way is INGDA.
Yeah, and it's actually funny that you mentioned the kind of like the warm up method almost with INGDA, because I was actually going to say the exact same thing coming back on, especially coming into the second round. Obviously, this is a best of 7. We've switched over to that since regular season being that best of 5 situation. So there is definitely time for INGDA to kind of assess the situation. And I do think some of that flow, some of that team up ability and everything, is probably going to be a little bit more prominent coming into round 2 and 3 for sure. But obviously, one can only wait and see. Looks like we're gonna have the same players from INGDA, but we are gonna have a substitution, a couple substitutions actually in for OVA, keeping in Sith. We have, I'm just going to call them Heart because that's basically what that is on their name, and then GG Sickle. As we'll kind of see what they have coming for this INGDA team, or I mean I'm sorry, this OVA team.
Yep, yep. We will probably not see any substitutes coming in from the INGDA side of things, as this core three has stuck together all year long. Even was together last year as well in Eminent Shadow, Kane, and Xenobug. They have that cohesion, they have that teamwork. They do need to bring it together here to win this series, because OHVA, a very difficult team to take a full series over, as we will see GG with a really good touch here, sending that one down into the corner. Unfortunately, no follow-up from their teammates. Kane just walking this one through will get the demo onto Broken Heart there, but Sith, as always, crazy on offense, even crazier in my opinion on defense with the save. But Xenobug with an incredible shot, sneak that one right over the top left of who I believe is Sickle from the OHVA squad. Oh, actually, it went right, and a little bit of a bump there by Sickle. Unfortunately, I mean, it was going to go in either way there. So INGDA, first lead of the series, getting that first goal in game number 2 here. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. That is going to be feeling really good for them. That's a big confidence booster for sure, coming off of that first game loss. But with control now, switching over to INGDA, Kane in the sky. Follow-up going to be coming in from, just a little bit too late. I believe that was Eminence on that one there.
Yeah, and Kane trying to kind of do a little bit of backpedaling to make sure that that goal's not going to be in their Eminence, though able to kind of clear over here to this OVA corner. Kane taking a pretty good shot there, but it's going to be met by 2 OVA players, Sickle and Sith there. Hart taking it down to midfield, followed up by Sith. Eminence and Kane right here at the goal is going to be met by them. Very close. Eminence able to get that final touch and clear it out the way. Kane with a quick miss there. Could be a tricky, but Sith,
a little awkward,
and was able to hit it over back to the INGDA corner, and that's actually downfield. Sickle was not able to get to it in time. Eminence with a very, very kind of tricky shot there. Yeah, and you see the replay, it just insane with the way that angle was, and just happened to get very lucky that Sickle wasn't just a little bit closer to that goal. But currently INGDA up 2-0 in the second round, almost 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, INGDA playing really good right now. You know, I'm happy I said that. Like, sometimes it takes them a game or two to warm up here, as we are seeing now the INGDA crew for sure warmed up here in this one. With this 2-0 lead, we are over halfway done with this game here. Really great things that we're seeing from both squads, honestly. The scoreboard does, of course, reflect INGDA coming out a little bit better here so far in this game. Number 2, another shot from Eminent Shadow. Sneaks it between 2 players somehow. We got to see this replay here, as I'm really not sure how that one did sneak through. I mean, it goes right in between them like a field goal. What a masterful play there coming out from the INGDA crew, extending their lead by 1. We're looking at a 3-0 lead here for INGDA after losing the first game.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy. It's definitely the main difference, I think, with INGDA. Getting that confidence booster as a demolition does come in against the Eminence from Sith. Not having OVA score within those first, even it was actually, obviously they haven't scored yet at all this game, but not having the score immediately go into OVA's favor, I think, is a huge confidence booster to INGDA, and it's a testament to why they're currently up 3-0. Obviously with a couple really, really good shots and everything in there, getting in between those defenders. Sith, though, coming downfield is going to be met by a really good save there by Kane, as that was like a dart going right into that goal line. So huge, huge save for INGDA coming out.
And I mean, Sith had the plan in their head, but Kane, again, blocking it away from Sith. It's kind of like a 1v1 between these two on this offense over those last two shots. I mean, Sith just so good on offense, but Kane is there to stop it time and time again. Amazing plays coming in from Kane for INGDA. We'll keep this lead at 3-0 as we are under 1 more minute here in this game. Number 2, Sith with another shot. That one will go in for OHVA. They will not be ending game 2 scoreless here with 52 seconds left on the clock as well. 100% doable. We've seen crazier things in the K12 Esports League, that is for sure. Off this kickoff, we'll go complete 50-50. Great touch there by Braden, but we'll get intercepted right away from the INGDA crew. And I said Braden, I meant Broken Heart here. My goodness, these teams are both on fire right now. More pressure coming out of Broken Heart. Will get stuffed and taken away by Xenobug, but a great touch there by Sickle will stop any sort of forward momentum from INGDA, as Sith will get a very, very good clear here. Get the demo on Kane as well, and that will open up Broken Heart for an easy shot there. Teamwork on point for OHVA during that last possession. I mean, look at that demo going in from Sith, and then just a very easy clear shot going in for Broken Heart. INGDA not close enough to make that save there. Now, score being 3-2, 20 seconds left. Might be feeling a little bit of nerves here. If you are INGDA, you do not want to let this comeback happen. And oh my goodness, off the kickoff, Sith goes to the air. We'll take it from past their 50 all the way into the goal.
Yeah.
And man, Kane was there, but gets bumped into the goal with the ball.
I was going to say 20 seconds is a long time when you have a Sith going up in the air with that control and everything. INGDA, though, with a really good kickoff there, I don't think is unfortunately going to be able to get it back over. And this is going to go, I believe, to an overtime. And we will have our first overtime here in this set of 7 series. Good kickoff going over here to the INGDA side. Broken Heart currently having a little bit of possession. Kane coming a little bit of volley back and forth there between the two teams. And Sickle, a really, really good setup there by Sith, I believe. Yes, off the wall, and Sickle able to capitalize on it. OHVA getting this round 2 in and showing you that it is possible to come back from a little bit of a behind score here. And looking at that scoreboard, you're seeing a lot of good things coming across the board. Everybody taking their shots and saves. Obviously, we're seeing it in game as we're commentating and everything. But wow, what a quick turnaround there from OHVA to end out that round 2.
An incredible comeback. I feel for the INGDA team here, because you think going into that last minute that this game is on lock, being up so much throughout most of that game. I really need to see them in this game number 3 completely let that game go and just focus on this one here. That is something that championship teams have to have, is that very focused mindset. Things can go wrong for you in a game. It's letting it go quickly and moving forward in the series, right? That can really help you so much, or it can be, the detriment. If you're not able to forget about that, this could be a 4-0. But I think the INGDA crew, very, very strong. I don't think we're going to see a 4-0 here. I think they're going to be able to wipe that one off, not think about it too much, and just play very good. As we will see, really great offensive pressure here. Xenobug with a shot on the goal. Unfortunately, will not have enough power on it for it to bounce in at the end of it. Kane with another great shot that was in trajectory, but of course OHVA there, as it was a pretty far one to stop that. Eminence just a little bit too short on that one in the air. Good touch by Broken Heart there, knocking that one away from Kane. And again, we're going to be about 1 minute into this one. No scores. Of course, Caster Curse comes through. Sith will put that one in. We're at 4:10 on the clock. It's always scary to see Sith go up to the sky every single time.
Yeah, and we see INGDA, like I said, they're going up in the air with these OVA players and vice versa. Like anytime somebody's going up, they're being met with some sort of defensive measure, and it's literally just who's able to get back down and kind of get control of that ball to be able to get it over to the goal. But currently on the OVA side, coming back over here to the INGDA side with Sith in control, giving a little bit of bump there to Eminence, throwing him a little bit off guard. Huge save there by Kane, though. But this ball pressure is not away from the INGDA side just yet. Gonna get pinched over to the other corner with Zeno. Kane up for it, but also, again, being met by Broken Heart in the air. And Hunter obviously back in this game doing what they do as well to provide their team support. Sith, though, taking it over to the other side. I don't believe has quite enough boost, but is still going to be able to make it in. And there's no INGDA player, Kane being the closest, but not able to get in front of it just enough. Currently, OVA being up 2-0.
It does bring the score up 2-0, and I mean, it's just crazy how Sith can create plays for themselves and convert them into scores. It's wild to see here, and I mean, I'm pretty sure they have another year with us as well. So we got at least one more year of Sith coming through and just making some crazy plays. But unfortunately for OHVA there, unfortunately for INGDA, the ball will go in after Xenobug with a really strong touch. We'll send that one up. A little bit of a hard angle for Broken Heart to hit that ball forward. We'll send that one into the bottom side of their goal. So score is now 1-2 in favor of OHVA. We are 3 minutes left in this one, 2 minutes down. I mean, we've been seeing really great things from OHVA this game, but also good things from INGDA as well. I'd love to see some of their teamwork just come back online once again. They're very good at passing. Their communication has to be on point with how they do play the game. Just looking to see that convert into a little bit more success here for sure, of course, right? But Sith now with the opportunity will be a little bit off there. Kane has control of the ball. It will switch over to Zeno as Zeno gets a really strong touch there. Sith on the underside, though, will steal that one. Control now to OHVA. Sith a little bit high there. We'll hit it off the crossbar. But still control here for OHVA. Good touch by Xenobug to clear that one. Eminence with another touch as well. That shot on goal will be stopped by Sith.
Yeah, Kane keeping the pressure on, trying to keep possession. Does a really good setup. Eminence, though, I think being run down there by Hunter and Demolition is going to keep them from getting that goal. Kane waiting patiently, has a setup here, but is also going to be met by Hunter, who's going to be able to get the clear. Zeno coming on the back end is also going to get demoed. INGDA is able to keep the pressure up on this OVA side, but with those demolitions and everything does bring them back a little bit. And a really good setup, and Xenobug able to make another goal for this INGDA team. Great pass there by Kane, making this a tie game at 2-2 with 1:30 left. This is anybody's game. With the kickoff coming over here to INGDA side, Sith in the air with it currently. Kane being met by Hunter. Xenobug going to try to take it back down here to the field. Has a pretty good lineup. Broken Heart is going to meet that. And Sith trying to take control over it at this point. Ball is going to be stopped at midfield momentarily as Hunter does bounce it off. And Kane gets a little piece of it. Hunter gets a little piece of it there. Xenobug keeping it from trying to go in that goal. And Kane very, very close for OVA to possibly get a goal there, but it's going to be stopped by INGDA. Sith taking it up and over. And got it over Xenobug. Set it up. Hunter, though, not able to get it. Broken Heart trying to go for it, too. Is just a little too high. INGDA is going to be able to try to take possession of that and get it down to this goal. Sith, though, able to kind of get it clear with actually a really straight shot going back to that INGDA side, but not quite enough to get it back in there. Xenobug currently passing it to Kane. A really good shot there, but that was a really good setup coming from Xeno over to Kane. Sith just able to make a really good save on their front. And we may, unless a goal is made here, be going into an overtime for round 3. And that's exactly where we are headed. Kane with a really good touch though, trying to get it over to this OHVA side. Currently in the OHVA corner, Sith is going to be going up with it. Is not going to have enough boost though to get it across the field, but has a really good touch. Kane, thankfully, in the area to be able to get that goal clear, but Broken Heart keeping it on the INGDA side. Oh, and a very, very close goal there by Hunter. That was a setup and it hit the side post. Sith not backing down. Xeno able to get the clear away from that goal. Good save there. Eminence taking it away from Broken Heart, taking it back down here to the OHVA side. Set up there, not quite able to get that goal in either from INGDA. And the ball's going back down to the INGDA side. Broken Heart sits, oh, off the top post. So close on these goals. And Sith with some simple ball control there is going to be met by Eminence to take it back over here to this OHVA side. And the pressure for OHVA's back on at the moment. Xeno clearing it away from Hunter. Sith getting it back down to midfield. Kane now up in the air, going to try to make something happen. Hunter's not going to be able to make it. Sith, oh, an huge goal save there by Sith. Xenobug taking it back, trying to keep it on the pressure. Eminence with a really good demolition there onto Broken Heart. Sith though with it, oh, and Xeno catching the ball on that top post before it goes in. Tell the determination on both these teams. Neither of them want to give up this goal.
What an intense half or overtime this has been thus far. We are approaching over 2 minutes in this overtime. Neither team wants to give this up. Broken Heart with a crazy shot on goal. Was trying to slam that one right in, but will be saved by the INGDA crew. Back and forth. Unfortunate whiff there from Eminent Shadow. Luckily will not be detrimental at that moment in time. Kane and Sith again meeting on the offense and defense. Broken Heart with a good opportunity. Kane will save it, but just too much pressure coming from OHVA. Sith will finish off this game 3 and get that final goal in, as Xenobug trying their best to read that play, unfortunately unable to get that in there.
Yeah, and what just a back and forth this has been for sure this round. Obviously, the last 2 rounds have finished in an overtime. Very close. We didn't even have that goal until about 2 minutes into that overtime. But it's just some really good things coming out from both teams. Each team covering their goal very, very well. Getting a lot of shots in. Obviously, we've seen several shots in coming from Sith, as well as Kane and Xenobug and everything for the collective from each of these teams. And it really, this next round is the determination on whether we conclude our semifinal. OHVA currently on match point, only needs to win one more. INGDA looking though to capitalize and continue this series, because I know for a fact they don't want to just let this go. We are going to see Sickle come back into this one with Sith, as well as Broken Heart here.
Ooh. Backs against the wall for INGDA. OHVA on match point, as Dustin did mention. Comes down to this one. Can INGDA extend our series and send us to a Game 5? Or does OHVA finish us off here in a 4-0 sweep? Let's find out. INGDA with control here for the moment. Sickle with a really good touch. We'll pass that one over to Sith. The 50-50 goes in favor of INGDA. Good opportunity there for them to put that in, but the follow-up was not fully there. Sith with a long-range shot again. Kane with the stop. Xenobug now in the goal. Will, unfortunately, not be able to save that. OHVA will go up very quick in this game, number 4. Only 29 seconds in this one. Xenobug was at 0 boost, as we saw on the left side of the screen there. So unfortunately, with that no boost, it makes saving shots on goal so much harder. But off this kickoff here, Kane with control, great touch, will get taken away by Broken Heart. A huge demolition onto Sith coming out of Kane. The Eminent Shadow is there for INGDA, but somehow Sickle still puts it in. I have to watch this one again.
Yeah, just crazy. Eminence getting a touch there. Thank you, Braden, for clarifying that Broken Heart actually is the same person as Braden. Different account. I saw Braden initially in the very first game, but I guess since he changed that up, so thank you for clearing that up. But now on board with this INGDA team on the OVA side, Xeno with a fake or a miss. Eminence coming in is going to hit the side post though, not going to find a connection for the goal there. Eminence trying to take it up, going to be met by Braden here. And it's down in the INGDA corner. Everybody just kind of taking it slow at the moment. Sickle coming over here to the corner. Kane, though, taking it over. Braden is going to be able to intercept it.
Nice.
Oh, and get like a little bit of a boost off. Over to Sith here. Sith able to keep it, and a very good clear there by Xenobug.
That was a nice clear by Xenobug there. As Xenobug has no boost, again, unfortunately, the boost has been a struggle for INGDA. It's kind of a trend I'm seeing throughout these past couple of games here, as OHVA will put another goal in, and they will be up 3-0 here. Only a minute and 41 seconds into this one as well. Once again, we got to call it out. OHVA is on match point here. If they win this one, they are moving on to our championship match. INGDA's backs are against the wall. They can absolutely do this. We know that INGDA has it in them. They are such a solid team. They just have to convert here for 3 minutes straight. But really awkward interactions here at INGDA's side. INGDA will end up kind of coming out on top. Kane does win the 50-50 there, as Sith did try to get a little bit of a bump there. Broken Heart in the sky. Again, awkward from both them and Kane as we kind of go through there. Saves by Sith and Sickle, but Xenobug will finally put that in for INGDA, as it was kind of awkward there for quite a few players, but Xenobug finally finding the opportunity to just slam dunk that one in. So very good for INGDA. Has to be a big confidence booster here for them to get on the board after being down 3-0 in games and then being down 3-0 score-wise in this game, number 4. Big demolition coming out of Eminent Shadow onto Sickle. Will open Kane up for an insane opportunity. Sickle will come through, get the save, but the follow-up for INGDA and Xenobug is good. I mean, Kane, that was such a good play there. Drove it right past that OHVA player. Sickle off the respawn from the demolition, getting an incredible save. But again, Xenobug there for the follow-up. So that was huge there. Cheeky little kickoff play coming out from INGDA will not work, and unfortunately for them, since it did not work, two players kind of overcommitting there, OHVA will take advantage and put a 4th goal in here. Broken Heart slamming that one in. So the lead extended once again to 2 goals total for OHVA. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Again, not impossible here. Absolutely not impossible. INGDA, as I mentioned, just has to play out of their minds, play fundamentally good Rocket League for 2 minutes. They can make the comeback and extend the series.
And my jaw is still dropped from the save there by Sickle, but then the follow-up there from Xeno is crazy. Sith with a very close goal there. Had a good setup. Sickle not able to get on it. INGDA is going to be able to take possession of this ball. Eminence going to come over and give it to Kane. Trying to get it set up. Sickle is going to be able to meet it though. Currently out in the middle, but nobody's able to capitalize on it. As Braden comes down with a shot there and is going to be able to make this a 5-2 game with OHVA. A minute and 30 seconds left. Still not impossible for INGDA, but again, going to have to kind of keep that gas pedal down if they want to lock it in and get to the next round.
Off the kickoff, Braden will kind of win it, but it will go straight to Xenobug, who takes control of it in the air. Sith coming out of nowhere, though, will get the touch on it. That ball is in an island with Kane. Kane with an opportunity here to go up. Will be met by two players from OHVA, and Braden will end up with the final touch there. That one with no INGDA players in sight will also go in. OHVA not taking their foot off the gas pedal at all, continuing to just keep high intensity, fast-paced pressure on the INGDA squad, as it has been working so well for them. We see the score now 6-2, a minute and 6 seconds left here. INGDA has to score 4 in a minute to send us to an overtime, 5 to win the game. They're going to be very difficult. I want to see nothing more than to not see these players give up and fight till the last minute, and that is what we're seeing here as Xenobug does get a shot on goal. Sickle there to knock that one away. Sith in the sky now. We'll get a flip reset, but Kane coming out of the sky with a great touch. Almost puts that one in as well, but fortunately for INGDA, the OHVA squad will be able to clear that one. Sith putting that ball right into the top part of the goal, right top corner, will extend the lead now to 5. OHVA playing very good here today.
Yeah, and that touch save from Braden as INGDA was going in for that goal was huge. Kane almost getting that in there. OHVA currently has control of this ball on the INGDA side. Sickle, though, coming up. Zeno, a little bit of back and forth volley here at midfield. Going over to the OHVA side. Eminence trying to get it set up in these last few seconds to get another goal. And a Xenobug at least is going to make this a 7-3 game with 7 seconds left. Looking like OHVA is going to take this, but can INGDA put some more points on the board with this 7 seconds left?
This is what Dustin and I love to see as coordinators and commissioner of this esports league. The grit from the players. Do not give up until the time on the clock says 0. That is something that will be a life skill for everyone, right? And we are seeing INGDA here fight till the last moment. They are keeping this ball alive. They want to put one more in. Sith's gonna steal it away. Try and make a cheeky play for themselves. Good touch there by Xenobug, and that will do it here for us in this series. OHVA taking this one in a 4-0 fashion. But as we've been saying with Marvel Rivals, on paper, right, a 4-0 seems like it was a complete blowout from OHVA onto INGDA. That was absolutely not the case. INGDA played them very tight in quite a few of those games. We saw 2 overtimes, right, Dustin? So very close series, regardless of what the actual score does say. Like on the leaderboard, right? So I want to shout out, obviously, OHVA. We will see y'all next week in the championship matchup against either the Kava Bears or Vava Bees, the cursed team. But for INGDA, I wanted to mention it like in game number 2. I just never got a chance. Rocket League is so fast paced. Um, One thing I love about the INGDA squad is their pacing. Sometimes they play super fast on offense, and sometimes it's Kane specifically too, right? Kane will actually slow it down and just like walk the ball, instead of like full boost on it, and that can actually trip up a whole lot of teams. And in a few of those plays early in the series, it did trip up OHVA, and that did convert into a goal for INGDA. So INGDA played them so tight. That was a great series to watch. INGDA not completely out of the playoffs here. They will be playing in our third, fourth place matchup next week. But again, obviously, OHVA taking this series. We'll see them in the championship match next week. Dustin, any closing thoughts on this series before we actually give our like closing statements and whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you covered the majority of it, but even just kind of re-referencing the fact that these games have been so close that you
Mm,
have to really see it for yourself. So I'm glad we've been able to get these streamed and be able to cast it for you all and keep that flow going because again, on paper, it doesn't do the game itself justice. It doesn't do the player's skill justice. So kudos to both of these teams. Obviously, congrats to OVA for going on in the championship, but INGDA not without a fight, man. And so that's definitely
hmm
something to be said for sure. But with that being said, thank you all again for joining us this evening. And obviously, we hope you're going to join us back again tomorrow night for some of that rock or some not Rocket League for some Fortnite action as we kind of finish up that semifinals week and everything. But with that being said, thank you again to all the coaches, learning coaches, parents for supporting these players and their skill. Also, other students. I know we see them in the chat and everything too. Thank you for your support because without that, we
Yep.
couldn't do this without you. But with that being said, is there anything else you wanted to add before wrapping up, Robbie?
Um, No, I mean, shout out as always, as Dustin mentioned, to our players, to your parents, learning coaches, and guardians for supporting you. I mean, it's the coolest thing to see. When Dustin and I were growing up, we would have loved for this to be an opportunity, right? And of course, shout out to your coaches. As Dustin mentioned, tomorrow night, Fortnite, week number 2 for playoffs. Gonna be absolutely insane. Those final circles are gonna be something to see. Going into next week, championship matchups all week long, Monday through Thursday. We are crowning champions for the winter season 2026 here at the K12 Esports League. Cannot wait for that. With that being said, we hope to see you tomorrow night. Definitely hope to see you all week next week as we do crown champions, as I just said. I think that'll do it here, Dustin. So we hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Have a great Thursday tomorrow, and we will see you all very, very soon.
See you soon.